Well, hi again, this is Dr. Michael Bogart, welcoming you back to our video series, Exploring World Religions. In this fourth series of videos, we'll be looking at the religious environment of the ancient Indian subcontinent, that is modern India, Pakistan, Nepal, Sri Lanka, and Bangladesh, and some of the religious groups that arose in that environment we'll be looking at as well. So religion in India developed through several layers. First was the Indus Valley Civilization. That culture is often referred to as Dravidian culture, and it dominated the region spanning the modern Pakistan and India along the Indus River around 2000 BC. Archaeologists have discovered two of this culture's main cities at Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro in Pakistan. The Indus Valley Civilization was advanced in many ways, with sophisticated civic infrastructure like planned streets, public squares, and even a sewage system. They also had a writing system, which has not yet been deciphered. Its religion was much like other ancient and pre-literate religions, and its religious artifacts like Venus figures, the bull cult, and the horned god are strikingly similar to some of the same images and symbols used in Hinduism today. Okay, then came layer 2 with the Aryan Invasion around 1500 BC. The Aryans came from Persia, that is the region of modern Iran. In fact, Aryan is simply a different form of the name Iran. The Aryans poured east into the Indus Valley in several waves, and they overcame the Mohenjo-Daro civilization living there, probably driving some of the Dravidian people south and then dominating those who remained. It explains the lighter and darker castes in India. The Aryans were Indo-European speakers. That means they spoke a language related to the ancestors of European languages like English, Italian, and Russian. Their culture was similar in some ways to that of ancient Greece. So let me pause for a moment to mention the Indo-European language family and why that's important to our study. Linguists are convinced, and I think rightly so, that most of the languages of Europe, as well as some languages of South Asia, are all related. These languages stretching from India to Portugal, including the Latin-based languages like Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, and French, as well as the Germanic languages, the Celtic, Slavic, and Iranian and Indic languages are all related. The commonalities between these languages show a clear common origin from a common ancestor language around 5,000 years ago. And that's important because it shows the relationship of peoples and how they migrated in this early area of religious development. The Aryans, with their religious ideas and practices that were written down much later in a collection known as the Vedas, they came from, as I said, Iran, and they influenced heavily this Dravidian culture in North India. The Aryans' religious ideas now form much of the foundation for all Indian religious literature. So the Vedas are composed of legends, rituals, magic charms, and formulas for sacrifice, including the sacrifice of horses. The Vedas date orally, meaning by word of mouth, from around 1500 BC. But they've only existed in written form since about 1500 AD. So that's over 3,000 years from the original to the written form. And these are composed of hymns, poems, rituals, as I said, sacrificial ceremonies, and so forth. The Vedic deities were very similar to those of ancient European paganism. Think Greek and Roman gods and goddesses. They had very similar ones among the Aryans, which shows, again, a kinship with the European peoples. Okay, so much for clip 1 in this fourth video within the Exploring World Religions series. In clip 2, we'll continue with the layers of religious development in the ancient world of India. We'll see you then.